Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, this is my YouTube channel, Sherelle Thinks, where I talk about all things health anxiety related. So in this video, I want to talk about itchy skin, as I itch. This used to really bother me, like it really freaked me out as well. And although it's probably one of the less common symptoms, it definitely does happen to a lot of people. So, there was a time, I think it was about 2 years ago, when I started to feel really itchy all of the time. And it was around the same time where I was worried about lymphoma. So of course I was putting like 2 and 2 together and getting 10 and thinking that, I had lymphoma. And that just sort of continued. So even when I stopped worrying about lymphoma, I continued to itch. And now that I understand my anxiety a lot better, I've noticed that when I'm anxious or stressed, I get itchy skin. So I recently had COVID a couple of weeks ago, and all through having COVID, where I was obviously a little bit anxious, I was itchy, and I've been itchy for the last sort of week or so, and it's dying down this week. And I know now that that is just one of my anxiety symptoms, and I'm quite comfortable with it. Like it doesn't really bother me too much, and I just kind of accept it for what it is, and I just put it under the anxiety umbrella. And the reason why people who have anxiety can itch is because itching is a sensory nervous system symptom. So some people will have tingling and numbness, some people will have a sensation of bugs crawling on their skin, and some people will itch. So although the internet can make it seem like it's like super sinister, for the vast majority of people, it's just an anxiety symptom. My mum gets it. So my mum gets really itchy elbows and knees when she's anxious, and that's just something that she's now used to. It doesn't really bother her anymore. For me, it's like the soles of my feet and the palms of my hands that tend to itch the most when I'm really anxious, but I do just kind of itch all over. And I find that when I am anxious, I get like hot flushes, which also makes me feel itchy. So it is a symptom of anxiety. It can happen. Obviously, always see your doctor if you're concerned and this is something that is new for you and you just want to get checked out. But it is one of those symptoms that just appears when the nervous system is really heightened, when our body is flooded with stress hormones, and it's just one of those things, like I said, some people get tingling, numbness. To be honest, I've had it all, and they're all kind of annoying and bothersome, but I do just think to myself now, well, I know that this is my anxiety. I'm kind of no longer surprised when it happens, because it happens when I'm anxious, so I'm just like, okay, I know what it is. But I do appreciate that when it first happens to you, and when it kind of like seemingly comes out of nowhere, it can be quite scary. And for me, one thing that I learned through my anxiety journey was that my symptoms would change, new ones would appear, old ones would disappear. They were constantly changing, and that used to bother me, because when a new symptom comes and we're not used to that, it's obviously scary, because we're like, is this anxiety or is this something else? And sometimes it takes time for you to kind of realize what your anxiety symptoms are. For me, like, I have like a huge list of them, and some of them pop up with minor stress, and then I have like other symptoms that happen when I'm like severely anxious. So it's like a bit of like a sliding scale for me on what symptoms that I'm going to get. But I just wanted to come on here just to say that, itchy skin can be because of anxiety. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have lymphoma or some other kind of cancer or neurological disease or liver disease or whatever it is that Google's telling you. You can definitely itch with your anxiety. And like I said, of course, always get checked out first. Always see a doctor when you have a new symptom and you're worried about it. But definitely, I know from my own experience that this has happened to me, and I am kind of used to it now. I'm used to being itchy. But yeah, if you've experienced this, please put it down below in the comments, because people love to see other people speaking about this stuff. Like, it's all well and good me saying it, but it's brilliant when the comment section is really like resourceful, so that people can say, oh, I can see another 10 people that also itch, you know, and that just like really helps to make people feel better. So if you have had itchy skin with your anxiety and you don't mind sharing your experience, please do below in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to keep up to date with my videos, and if you would like to speak to me on a one-to-one basis, and you want to do my anxiety recovery like membership, you can join my Patreon below. I'll link it in the comments, and not in the comments, in the description, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.